Hello everybody, welcome back to Fast Coasters and welcome to today's review. Today we're going to be reviewing Raptor at Cedar Point. Raptor opened on May 7th, 1994. It is a B&M Inverted roller coaster. It has a couple clones around the world. It's not exact clones, but they're pretty near clones with the same exact element style. Monster in France is one of them, and then Katoon is just like a improved version of it. It has a height of 137 feet, a drop of 119 feet, reaches speeds of up to 57 miles an hour, track length of 3,790 feet, 6 inversions, has a max vertical angle of 45 degrees, and it's about 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Alright, so Raptor is located right at the front of the park, so as soon as you walk in, it's right off to the left. Definitely would recommend hitting this later in the day then, because usually this is what some people go to first, since it's right there at the entrance. There are lockers right outside. However, they're not mandatory. If you have zippered pockets, you're good to bring your stuff up. But if not, then you just put your stuff in that locker. About a $10 for an all-day locker, and you will need lockers for some of the other rides if you have bigger bags. Anyway, Raptor. Oh my goodness, where was I? So Raptor, you're getting right to the entrance, and the wait time, that's what I was looking at. The wait time, it hovers at about 45 minutes. I see usually. It had quite a bit of downtime on my visits this season, but when it was open, it was hovering at about a 45-minute wait. You'll know when this is operating because you will hear it. It is very loud. It's got that classic B&M roar. The queue is nothing much to be desired. It's just a massive cattle pen underneath the brake run, and then stairs up to the station. And it's just regular amusement theming. There's practically no theming at all. All right, so when we start on Raptor here, does a left-handing turn right outside into the lift hill, go up 137 feet, a little bit of a pre-drop, drops right down to the left into our first grade inversion, which is a big vertical loop. And then it goes into a 0G roll, which is extremely whippy. And then it does a little bit of a straightaway into a Cobra roll, which I believe was the first Cobra roll on a inverted roller coaster. And I think it was the first on Kumba was the first on a B&M. But this was the first on one of their invert models. So then you go into this helix upwards into the mid-course, which doesn't break too bad. Then you do this right-handed drop downwards until it does a little bit of a straightaway as it goes over the track, and then it goes into the first corkscrew, and then it kind of goes up and kind of meanders around the loop into the second corkscrew, and then you have one of the best moments on the ride, which is this final helix, which is extremely forceful, and then you whip up into the brakes. So what do I like about Raptor? The inversions are really whippy and intense. It's very smooth for its age. 1994 this opened, so it's over 30 years old and it still runs really well. The layout is excellent. I believe B&M, as I said, for the clones, B&M used this formula quite a bit for their some of their inverted coasters because it works. It's one of the best layouts on an invert that I've seen. Again, that final helix, really forceful, and the pacing is really good throughout. It doesn't really let up at all. You have some of those dead spots, but the speed of the ride doesn't really go down. Some of the things I don't like, it does have, while it is smooth, it has it's more of an audible rattle, but that doesn't really bother me too much. The worst moment on the ride is going into the final brakes, especially if you're in the front. If you're not careful, you will smash your head on the side of the restraints. That's something they fixed with the improved versions. But yeah, you will hit your head on the restraints if you're not careful. Just keep your head forward on that last turn into the brakes there. So Raptor, obviously it's a classic B&M inverted coaster. It gives you strong whippy inversions, great final helix, smooth, great layout. The pacing's great. It's really intense. It's one of the most intense roller coasters at Cedar Point, and I love how the elements kind of just they feel natural going into one another. And it's definitely it's re-rideable for sure. You probably can't re-ride it because it usually has a line. Again, the headbanging is a little bit. It happens sometimes if you're not careful, but it is pretty minor. So for Raptor's final score, I am going to give it an 8. It was my favorite B&M invert when I wrote it first, but the Busch Gardens inverts, both of them have surpassed it. But this is definitely one of my favorite inverts, and it's not to be slept on at Cedar Point. So thank you guys for watching this review, and I will see you guys in the next one.